Hey, Jacob from Echad. Just continuing T.M.E.S.F.E.B. This is also just a very important thing. Obviously, the whole tractate is very important, but it says Halacha Yud, the 10th Halacha, Kol HaTorah Kula Ivriti. All the entire Torah is pretty much Ivrit. Ela, rather, Sheyesh Dvarim Targum, but there are certain things that are written in what's called Targum, the language of Targum, which is Aramaic. So they're saying that there are select words that are specifically that in the Torah text itself and not in what's called the Targum text, but in the Torah text, there's Targum words. For example, what Lavan called Gilad, what Yaakov called Gilad, Lavan called Yagar Sahaduta, which is the Targum of Gal Ed. Sahadut is Edut. So Yigar is Gal, apparently. There's a difference, but I don't know it right now. But basically saying, whatever is written in Hebrew, do not change it and write it in Targum. And whatever is in Targum, do not flip it and then write it in Hebrew. You have to, of course, copy the Torah symbol by symbol how it was given. There's no messing around, logically thinking what would be better. The point of Ahava, Echad, and everything, restore it to how it was given. Restore it to the original. And that's what we're trying to do. And that's what we're seeing. So it says, Ivrit shikatvu Targum, if there was text where it did flip, some scribe wrote a Hebrew word in Aramaic or an Aramaic word that's supposed to be in Aramaic in Hebrew, lo yikrabo. Again, the rule is do not read in it. Ve'ezu Targum, and what is this Targum? So again, they give the example, Yagar Sahaduta. That is written like that in the actual Torah scroll and not in what's called the Targum text that Ahava Echad actually like lined up under and color-coded and everything like that. Okay? And so they're also continuing, like the songs of that's in the Torah scroll. Ha'azinu, Moshe's final prophetic song, is really written in two columns going down the parchment, side by parallels like this, and it has to be written with these two columns. The text, like the first half of the verse, and then the second half of the verse. First half of the verse, second half of the verse, split in half. And this is actually the same way that really the book of Psalms, Tehillim, the book of, really beforehand, Eov is written split like that. Tehillim is written split like that in the parallels. And Mishle is written split in the parallels in chronological order. Okay? So they're saying that if you wrote the song Ha'azinu, right, is written Shira, it's written parallels like that. If you made Ha'azinu all just one paragraph text, like just a run-on text, or if you split it in an incorrect way, from what I understand, or if you didn't write it according to how it was transmitted, again, the entire Torah is copied. It can't be from memory. It can't be what I feel it should be. It has to be what it is. And so again, the sages say, Al Yikraba, do not read in it. So that's another important, huge thing that the sages, just another example, they're discussing the halachot. They're teaching us that there's two things that exist. There's called Ivrit, and then there's called the language of Targum, Aramaic. So it's interesting, this whole thing. And that the songs have to be written in the Torah scroll, how they have to be written, and not how. So how much is already lost in the English translation? The whole structure of that song is just one gigantic paragraph, what the sages here are saying not to do. So not only is it not in Ktav Ashurit, it's also losing the structure of the song. Again, Everything is Lost in Translation is the title of the book that we're hoping to put out soon. And B'ezrat Hashem, we'll really see all the examples and we'll go through in depth and really understand that. Thank you so much for watching. All the best.